Now that there are zombies moving around and facing us in nefarious ways, we need to give the player some help, the ability to defeat it. I've created a script called Zombie Hit Detection that I'll guide you through right now. Here is where we see a few different systems coming together in a really cool way. I got some max health and health value. When I start up my zombie, I'm going to set its health to the max health. I also have this headshot multiplier. Right now I've set it to double damage, but I can change this to be more if I'd like to. As the game is running, I'm checking health, which, if the health goes below 0, destroy the zombie. But here's where things are really interesting in my collision. I'm going to check to see if I collide with an ammo type object. And I've made sure that in my prefabs, I have the tag set to ammo for both my laser and my bullet. Anything else you might have made, make sure it's like that as well. Next, if I've collided with ammo, this is for debugging, just to see if things have hit, and a bit of a kind of a note for you, just to put it to the debug log. But what I'm going to actually do here is gain access to the ammo manager script that I'm colliding with. Let's remind ourselves what this is. My bullet, in fact, all my ammo has this ammo manager attached to it. And something that I think I left in here previously, but I'll make a point of right now, is ammo damage. How much do I want this particular type of ammo to do for damage? And maybe I set my bullet to do 2, and in here, my laser, maybe I make it do 4, twice as much. So now that these things can do damage, the zombie needs to have a way of finding out how much damage was done to it. So in the hit detection, I want to gain access to that script that each of these bullets or each of these ammo things will have attached to them. So I'm going to look for an ammo manager script. I'm going to call it AM for now. And the game object I'm colliding with, I'm going to get a component attached to it. I'm going to look for an ammo manager component attached to it. This is going to be the instance of the ammo manager script attached to whatever ammo type just hit the zombie. Next, I can actually gather the ammo damage amount just by looking at the ammo damage inside of that object. I have direct access. So if a bullet hit the zombie, I'd get 2 for the bullet damage here. If a laser hit, I'd get 4 for the laser damage. I've now found a way to snatch information away from the thing I collided with. What I just showed you here has unlocked a vast amount of possible game design options for you in just 2 lines of code. I'll let you mull over how else you might use it, and you'll be expected to do some of your own custom things in your project to come. Now, I'm going to process the interactions differently depending on if I hit the body or the head. A bit of a different way of looking at this collision here. I'm actually going to look at the collider inside of the object I collided with, and I'm going to look at the type of collider that I hit. If the type of collider, a new kind of search functionality that you can reference here, is a box collider, which I did for the body, it's a body shot. And I'm going to minus just the regular ammo damage. However, if the collider's type is the sphere collider, that means it's the collider I put for the head. Headshot, I'm going to multiply the damage by the multiplier, because headshots take more damage. And of course, I'm updating my health over time, and if my health goes below 0, I'm destroying the game object. Let's head back into our game and see this up and running. Bam, bunch of body shots. There we go. The shots finished him off. I think those were all body shots there. Just for interest's sake, to see this all up and running, I'm going to go back into my assets and make a few more zombies. Now, it doesn't matter which way they're facing initially because they're all going to turn immediately. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them slightly different. My max health of the first zombie is 10. Let's make this one 15. Let's make this one 20. Where'd you go, Chriser? There you go. And let's make the last one 100. And let's just see if we can't burn these things down with some headshots. I'm going to switch to my more damaging weapon. And, oh, my game glitched again. Yeah, my sound's not working. My Unity's being really finicky right now. But the health did update properly. This guy's taking a while to kill. This guy here should be the one with a lot of health. He's clearly not moving properly, but I'll fire a bunch of shots into him. He's lasting a long time. Maybe I'll hit him off the edge before he dies. And I'm doing more damage when I hit him in the head than in the ground. And, oh, it's because I didn't assign the sound to the second weapon in this project. Knock this guy off the edge. And so each of these zombies are behaving with their own custom health. That one was way tankier. And if I had assigned things here properly, this is all here. So I'm not sure why he's not moving. My speed is right. The management is right. So yeah, something's just going on. Oh, it's because I didn't assign my player. Aha, I'm glad I made this dumb mistake so I could show you something. I'm going to make a master object for all my zombies. Put them in here. Now, one of the limitations of how I built this right now is I have to attach the player so that the zombies know who to follow to all these game objects. Only 4 objects, it's going to be not too bad to do, but a whole bunch of them, it might be annoying to do them all at once. What if I just choose them all and attach the player like this? Will this work? Actually, it will. Unity's smart enough to figure that out. So now that I actually have the player being followed, the sound issue I'm not going to fix right now, but now all these zombies are following. And let's just see this in action. Me in this epic battle, the explosions hitting the boxes. Now these boxes are meant, because they have rigid bodies, the zombies actually will run into them and kind of get slightly slowed down. So it's a bit of a strategic wall that I can use to my advantage. If I wanted to make levels for these games, maybe in higher levels, I could make lots of these wall type objects to block the zombies. Maybe I could even add my ability for me to move them, and I could have lots more of them if there's lots more zombies to kill. I could also keep track of maybe how many zombies get killed and trigger the next level if I've killed all the zombies on the screen. Or maybe you have some design ideas far beyond what I'm saying here that you want to try. This actually takes us to the end of this section of learning, all the things I want us to know right now. In this section, we've learned a whole bunch of stuff. We've learned how to build much more complex hierarchies that have customized scripts to different parts of the hierarchy for really customized movement and other functionality. We've learned a whole bunch about how we interconnect different objects to build lists of things or simply just different types of interactions, such as updating damage information. We've added sound, we've referenced physics systems, we've learned a whole bunch of new input management as well as component reference systems. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here that you'll be using all throughout your game development processes. So what I'd like to see from all of you is that you take these ideas, create your own assets, customize the movement in your own way, and then have some kind of a playable experience that involves some of these more advanced ideas that I'll obviously list for you in a document as well. Enjoy the process. In our next set of tutorials next week, we will be diving into some stuff about the animation systems, how we customize different another set of component values, and a bit more depth of our physics system, particularly something called raycasting, which will enable us to do some really cool things about interacting with our world in ways that you're familiar with in the video games you play. So, enjoy your development for now, and look forward to more tutorials to come in the future.